What's up, health pirates? In this video, I'm going to show you guys my home office setup that is optimized for not only productivity, but health as well. Let's go. So give you guys a quick little round the world tour. Here we go. This is the new office setup, and we will start with the desk. So as you can see, I got a standing desk, but check this out. It can transition to a sitting desk. It's adjustable, which is nice because you may have heard that it's not good to sit all day, which it's not, but it's also not good to stand all day and stay in the same position. So throughout the day, I'll transition from standing to sitting, and sometimes I'll even come over here and use the mats and sit on the mats cross-legged, or do, sit in like a different type of stretch and work as well. Or sometimes I'll even just go outside, because check this out, this is the best part. Here is right outside my office door. Check that out. So honestly, most of the time I'll come out here and do work, and either set my laptop up right here and work and get the sun on my back, or come right up here and get the sun out here with this beautiful view. So honestly, this is where I'll spend a lot of my time working. Sometimes I'll also sit on the rubber matting there and work in the sun as well, because I am maximizing sun exposure. Speaking of maximizing sun exposure, if I am inside, check this out. I said it's optimized for health. So right here, we've got my UVA light, which obviously emits UVA light. And then I've got this red and infrared light here, and then this bigger red and infrared light panel, which if I close the door and turn it on, I don't want it on that setting because that makes everything super red and bright, although I do have that on in the morning. But in the afternoon or evening, when I don't want it that bright, I can switch it to infrared mode. So now it's just infrared light coming out, which is invisible, that's why you guys can't see it. But when I'm working at my desk here, I'm getting the infrared light and also the UVA light, so that much more closely mimics the natural light exposure from the sun. I can also keep my door open, which will allow natural light to come in. So that's one of the ways that I've optimized my office for health. The standing desk is another way that I've optimized it for health, to transition from standing to sitting. This chair is another way. This is an Anthros chair. Shout out to Gary V and V Friends for collaborating with Anthros. This is a super nice chair. So when I got it, it said like their motto is fix your sit, and they talked about being like the best chair ever. And I was like, okay, how good can this chair actually be? And I was a little bit skeptical, but then I set it up and adjusted it to me, and it actually is the best chair that I've ever sat in, because like I said, it's custom to fit me. It's got these different adjustable back rests. So this piece right here is adjustable, and then this piece right here is adjustable. These arms are adjustable. You can adjust them up, down, out to the side, So everything's super customizable depending on which position I'm sitting in. So when I'm at my desk and I'm in the seated position, I can be nice and upright. You can get a little side angle here with my desk that is adjustable. I can adjust it perfect height to my hand, so I'm not doing anything crazy. And then I can work just like this, sitting upright instead of being hunched over, which is the position that most people work in, right? Hunched over with the rounded shoulders, that creates poor posture, right? So sitting up tall, this chair makes that easy because I'm in a nice supported position. Same thing with the desk. It's perfect height for my hands to type on my laptop or my computer if I'm using that. So this chair is phenomenal. Shout out to Anthros Chair. Thank you again for Gary V and V Friends for collaborating with them and sending me this. I love it. Let's move this back to a standing desk position. And on my desk, show you guys some of the things here. We've got, of course, the Aries device to mitigate EMF. So I've got one here. This provides, I think it was like 40 something feet of protection from EMFs. I've also got one on the back of my laptop here, one on the back or the front of my computer, and also one on my other phone. Where's my other phone? I don't know where my other phone is, but I've got two phones now, and I have one of these on my newer phone as well. So we've got Aries throughout to, again, make sure that we're protected from EMFs. One of my favorite ways to protect myself from EMFs is swimming in the ocean. And even when I can't, I'm still protected with my Aries Tech LifeTune Flex. It protects me from the oxidative stress caused by electromagnetic radiation that can cause things like headaches, fatigue, and trouble sleeping. To get yours, head to ariestech.com and use code Captain Morgan. That's ariestech.com, use code Captain Morgan. All right, back to the show. Another thing that I've got to optimize health, water, of course. This is not actually O4 water. I fill up their containers at Whole Foods. This is reverse osmosis water. And actually, I'm feeling a bit parched, so let's drink some of this right now. It's important to stay hydrated, not, you know, for overall health, but for work and productivity as well. Because if you are dehydrated, then you're not able to focus and think properly. So make sure that you're hydrated throughout the day. I also keep ketones on my desk here in case I need that extra mental boost or little extra energy, especially this week because I'm going no caffeine, no nicotine, so no stimulants. What you put into your body today is the foundation for who you become tomorrow. That's why I fuel with Ketone IQ from HVMN. They're redefining the limits of human performance, metabolism, and longevity. I use Ketone IQ before every podcast to keep my mind sharp and clear. Head over to hvmn.com and use code CaptainMorgan_20 to get yours today. Back to the show. But when I am consuming nicotine, I've got my knickknacks right here, spearmint flavor and peppermint flavor. These are fantastic because nicotine boosts acetylcholine in the brain, which helps increase focus and alertness. So I like taking those before focused work blocks and before podcasts because I have found that it helps me with verbal fluency. Another thing is this Captains of Crush grip strength trainer. This is a fantastic little tool to keep at your desk, in your car, you know, to travel with, to reduce stress and also improve grip strength. So sometimes I'll just sit here and squeeze it, and instead of just like squeezing it, you know, multiple times, I like to just see how long I can hold it down. That's another fantastic way to use this. This is their level 1. They go all the way up to like level 4, and I think only like 4 people have closed the level 4. It's crazy. So I recommend, if you get the Captains of Crush, which I'd highly recommend, very high quality grip trainers, not like those cheap ass plastic ones that fucking suck. I recommend that you start low. So this is, like I mentioned, the level 1, and it's pretty difficult for me to close. I can do this one a few times. This is my left hand, so I'm weaker, and I did some max hang yesterday, which was fun. Good exercise. I recommend you guys implement just a max hang on the bar. See how long you can hang there. All right, moving on. What else we got? We've got my Viva Rays blue light blocking glasses here. So we've got their daytime lenses and their evening lenses. So these are their 3-in-1. These are their abundance frames. So these I rock during the day when I'm indoors on my laptop working, and then as the sun is setting, I can throw on the evening lenses. I'll show you guys what this looks like. So this blocks the harmful peak in blue that is harmful for your circadian rhythm, for your eyeballs, for overall health. So yeah, I've talked about light many times. I hope you guys understand the importance of light now and have picked up either a pair of Viva Rays or some sort of blue light blockers. Hopefully not some cheap ones off Amazon, because most of those are bullshit. But yeah, shout out to Viva Rays. You guys can use code Captain Morgan to get the hookup. And look at this nice velvet case that they got. And check out what it says on this little cloth. Unleash your full potential through optimal light and sleep. Those are seriously the two biggest movers: optimizing your natural light exposure and sleep. So that's why I've got the UVA light in here, the red and infrared light, and why I wear blue light blockers. So again, code Captain Morgan gets you a discount off of Viva Rays. Same thing with the knickknacks. If you guys want a little nicotine boost, code Captain Morgan gets you a discount off of those. Those are phenomenal. We've also got Awakened. Shout out to the Stampede Network for making the best pre-workout ever made. So when I am consuming caffeine, again, not this week because we are doing a caffeine reboot for the brain health module, because it takes 7 to 10 days to reset your adenosine receptors to reboot your adenosine receptors. So when you use caffeine, it's more of a nootropic and a nice to have, not a need to have to function, all right? And I actually feel phenomenal. This is day 4 of no caffeine, and I actually have more energy than I did when I was consuming caffeine, which is interesting. So I am consuming Shilajit, which is a natural resin substance that is excreted from the Himalayan mountain range. The Altai mountain range is the one that I get it from, loaded with vitamins, minerals, humic and fulvic acid. That's great at boosting natural energy. And I also consume ashwagandha, which the Stampede Network also makes, but this Awakened is good stuff. I like to take this not just before workouts, but also before focused work blocks, because it's got alpha GPC in there, mucuna both of which increase dopamine, which is responsible for helping you focus and give you that motivation and drive. It's also got bee pollen in there, dicaffeine malate, so you get that more steady release of energy instead of the spike and crash. It's also balanced with theobromine and rhodiola. So instead of, again, this like spike and jitters, it's balanced very well. So Awakened is phenomenal. It's also got 3 grams of beetroot in there, which increases blood flow, and increased blood flow is not only good for workouts and muscle pumps, but increased blood flow to the brain will help you stay focused, which is one of the reasons why you want to get up and move throughout the day. Not just be sitting all day, not just be standing all day, but moving your body and hydrating to get that blood flow. So that's another reason why I've got this padding behind me, is during my work breaks, I can come back here and, you know, hang out on the Bosu ball. I can also use this on my standing desk, which is fun to just kind of, you know, be moving around on the Bosu ball. I've got the parallettes here to do some, you know, body weight stuff. I've got the steel mace to get some steel mace flow in during my breaks. So always moving, always staying active, keeping the blood flowing. That's not only good for focus and productivity, but also obviously body composition and fitness. All right. Use code CAPTAIN for the Awakened pre-workout / focus booster. We've also got the Spartan Bee Bread up here. You guys have heard me talk about that before. Good for overall wellness and immunity, energy as well. Use code CAPTAIN for that. What else do I want to highlight? I've also got my recovery section down here. So on these padded mats, I can use my vibrating foam roller. This thing is phenomenal. This is one of my greatest investments. I love this thing, would buy this again 10 times out of 10. This is from a brand called Hyperice. It is a vibrating foam roller. Ladies, don't get any ideas, but check this out. It's got 3 speeds. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and it just feels phenomenal. So foam rolling feels great as it is, but when you get a little vibrating massage, that just takes it to the next level. So I love rolling around on that thing. We've also got their little softball size, which is nice to get into like the hip area. the glute med, like the side of the butt. I've also got some more mobility tools here. This is my Theragun massage gun. Highly recommend that as well. And don't just get any like knockoff massage gun from Amazon. I've used some cheap ones in the past. They're garbage. Make sure you get a high quality one. That one is from Theragun. I think that one is the best one. That one is the best one that I've ever used. Hypervolt or Hyper Ice also makes one called the Hypervolt, which is also good quality. But if I were to choose one, I would go with the Theragun. Definitely wouldn't buy any knockoff bullshit from Amazon. I've also got some my toe spacers here. I'll put these on in the morning when I'm out here stretching. Got some recovery balm, some magnesium butter from Honeybee Hippie. Shout out to them. I've been using this stuff like crazy because I ate shit on my skateboard the other day and got some cuts and scrapes. So that stuff has been great. Just rubbing that literally all over my body before bed, and because it's magnesium, it will also help with sleep as well as relaxing the muscles. So that stuff has been great. In here, we've got a secret. You guys can't know what's in there, but some good stuff. It's magic. Abracadabra. Here is my quantum block. This is some woo-woo shit. This goes over the top of my head, so I'll explain it as best I can. I interviewed the founder on my podcast. What was his name? Was his name Robert? Some German guy, Robert. I don't know if his first name was Robert, but it's von Holzendorf Failing was his full name. So he was the founder of Lila Quantum, and apparently, and I have felt this, that inside here, when you put your hand in there, or you can charge things, like I charge my supplements on there, it charges them with quantum energy. Another thing this does is that it neutralizes EMFs. So in addition to the Aries devices that I have, I've also got the quantum block, which helps to neutralize EMFs, as well as provide this space with quantum healing positive energy. So I love that thing. I travel with this, take this everywhere I go. I've also got this little pyramid here, which I don't know much about, but was made by and given to me by my friend Samson, the water shaman. And I know that it's got a copper tensor ring in there. And again, don't know too much about this, but I will link to Samson's page and you guys can ask him. And I'll also link to a web page that he sent me to learn more about this. I read it once, but I have since forgot. But yeah, copper tensor rings are good stuff. I've also got some on my shower and my faucet in the bathroom in there because of what they do for water. I've also got some various books and journals on here. My little plaques from Bioptimizers. Up here we've got my Premeditatio Malorum coin that my buddy Joe Lindley gave to me. I've talked about that in a previous episode of Living the Captain's Lifestyle, along with the, so you can see that this is a shipwreck, and that's, you know, part of what Premeditatio Malorum means. The pirate ship in the background, and then the painting up there, very on brand, you know. Back here I've got my big whiteboard that I can do presentations on, you know, featuring the Captain's Code. If you guys haven't already downloaded the Captain's Code, these are the 12 non-negotiable habits that myself and the crew live by for optimal health, fulfillment, and freedom. Read it, implement it, change your life. I'll put the link to that in the description. I've also got soundproofing all around the whiteboard because there was a ton of reverb in here. There still is a little bit, but this helped significantly and, you know, created this nice pattern. Got the skull up there. We already talked about the little body weight tools there for a movement work break. What else? I've got my extra GoPro back there. Let's see. Got another whiteboard behind the computer, so when I have the desk in seated mode, We've got the whiteboard behind. Let's see what's on there right now. We've got actions, reveal, commitment. That's true. It doesn't matter what you say, it matters what you do. Your actions will speak louder than your words. So if you say that your family is your highest priority, for example, yet you spend all of your time working, or you bring your work home with you, then they're not really your priority. So actions speak louder than words. Actions reveal commitment. That was something that my ex actually used against me, because I would say that I was, you know, prioritizing her and that I cared about her, but I was spending most of my time working. And one day she threw it back at me. She was like, actions reveal commitment. And I was like, you're right. There's nothing I could say or do. I can't argue with that. Because turns out I know what I'm talking about. So when I get that advice back, it's like, yep, you're right. So yeah, actions reveal commitment. Talk about the code. I just did that. Download the captain's code. Difficulty in the beginning. This is because it has been difficult for me to create a video every day and like still do everything else. And so I remind myself, because as part of my gene keys, there's difficulty in the beginning, which is good. That is how we learn and grow, overcoming challenges. And I've got plan. I am planning out my days, my weeks, to optimize my schedule, because my whole obsession is lifestyle optimization. I have no interest in living a mediocre, average life. All right, so for really the past 3 years, but even a little bit before that, I've been obsessed with optimizing my lifestyle in every way. A big part of that is planning and organizing. So I've planned out much of my schedule, and it's only going to get further optimized now that I'm in this new location and can, you know, really control everything about my schedule. Some of the things that I'm gonna plan are some different workouts, like plan a beach workout and a ruck, because there's a bunch of hills around here that would be great to do some rucking, and the beach is right there, so of course I'm gonna go down there. Got some ammo cans that I'll fill up with sand, do a workout with that. What else? Let's highlight bullshit Dwight. Anytime I wanna call and somebody says some bullshit, I can outsource my, my harsh bullshit to Bobblehead Dwight. So instead of me saying that's bullshit, I can say Bobblehead Dwight says that's bullshit. He's got the bullshit hat on there. And then I like to give myself some feedback when I accomplish a task. So I've got this easy button here.
That was easy.
Yeah, it's similar to checking off things on your to-do list. It's like that visual, like, cool, got that done. So when I complete a task, boom.
That was easy.
That was easy. Speaking of which, that's it for this video. So mission accomplished. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions on my office setup, let me know in the comments. And until next time, live the captain's lifestyle. Peace and love, y'all.